Have you ever noticed something strange when you start to change, really change? The people around you begin to shift uncomfortably. They don't say it outright, of course. No, they cloak it in jokes, in advice wrapped in concern, or in that heavy silence when you dare to speak about something deeper. But here's the raw truth: your evolution threatens their complacency. When you start thinking differently, acting differently, questioning things you once accepted without hesitation, suddenly, you're met with resistance. Loneliness creeps in. Misunderstanding. Judgment. And no one warned you about this. Nature, however, understands it better than anyone. This isolation, this friction, it's the price of forging a mind so strong it unsettles others. Not just any strength, but the kind that radiates, that exposes without words the fragility of those still living on autopilot. Why does this happen? Because a mind that awakens is a threat to collective mediocrity. When you refuse to follow the script, when you create your own values, abandon borrowed truths, and step out of the herd, you become dangerous. Dangerous to systems that thrive on conformity. Dangerous to people who prefer the comfort of illusion. And most of all, dangerous to the person you used to be. This isn't a video for the comfortable. It's not for those who want easy answers. This is for you. For the one who feels that internal rupture, the pull towards something greater. For the one ready to build a mind that cannot be manipulated, a presence that cannot be ignored. If that's you, keep watching. Because what comes next will confront you, but it might also set you free. The chaos before the strength. Nietzsche wasn't just a philosopher. He was a surgeon of the human soul, cutting through delusion to expose the raw nerves beneath. And his diagnosis was clear: you must have chaos within you to give birth to a dancing star. This isn't poetry. It's a psychological truth. True strength isn't born in comfort. It isn't found in motivational quotes or shallow positivity. It's forged in the moments that break you, the failures, the solitude, the nights when you question everything. Think back, when did you grow the most? Was it when life was easy? Or was it when you were shattered, forced to rebuild yourself from the ground up? Nietzsche didn't romanticize suffering. He saw it for what it is, the great catalyst. Most people run from pain. They numb it, deny it, hide behind distractions. But the ones who face it, who let it carve them into something sharper, they emerge different. Unshakable. And that's when the world starts to recoil. The death of excuses. Then came Nietzsche's most explosive idea: God is dead. This wasn't a celebration. It was a warning. He wasn't attacking faith, he was killing the illusion that there's some higher power responsible for your life. That there's a plan, a preordained meaning, a safety net. With that illusion gone, you're left with a terrifying freedom: you are the creator. No more excuses. No one to blame. No divine script to follow. Most people crumble under this weight. They scurry back to dogma, to groupthink, to the security of being told what to do. But not you. If you're still here, it means you're willing to face the abyss, to stare into the void and decide what fills it. The birth of the Übermensch. Nietzsche's answer to this existential burden was the Übermensch, the Overman. Not a superhero. Not a mythical figure. A human who has outgrown weakness. The Übermensch doesn't seek permission. Doesn't beg for acceptance. Doesn't follow rules written by others. They create their own. This is the ultimate rebellion, a mind so self-sufficient it terrifies those who still need the herd. But becoming this isn't easy. It demands sacrifice, of comfort, of approval, of the parts of you that still crave validation. And it demands solitude. The loneliness of strength. Here's the unspoken truth: the stronger you become, the lonelier you'll feel. Not because you choose isolation, but because the world won't know what to do with you. Most people live in a trance, thinking what they're told, feeling what's expected. When you wake up, you disrupt that. And the herd will try to pull you back. They'll call you arrogant. Cold. Too much. But this loneliness isn't a curse, it's the price of freedom. Nietzsche knew this. He lived it. And he warned, the individual must always struggle not to be overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try, you'll often feel lonely, sometimes frightened. But no price is too high for the privilege of owning yourself. The war against mediocrity. The greatest threat to your growth isn't failure. It isn't hardship. It's collective mediocrity. The invisible force that punishes difference, rewards conformity, and whispers, don't stand out. Don't think too much. Just fit in. When you refuse, the pushback begins. Not because you're wrong, but because you're rare. And rarity disturbs the status quo. The unbreakable mind. So, what's the cost of building a mind this strong? You'll lose people. You'll be misunderstood. You'll face silence where you once had applause. But in return, you'll gain something no one can take, a will that doesn't bend. A voice that doesn't waver. A presence that commands without begging. This isn't about ego. It's about sovereignty. And if you've made it this far, you're already different. So here's your challenge, comment below with one truth you've been afraid to voice. One thought that isolates you but defines you. This is your first act of defiance. And if this resonated, don't stop here. The next step is even harder, but you're not the type to turn back now. Keep going. The world needs the unshakable.